Between June 18th and June 23rd, the Middle East stood on the brink. Nuclear sites bombed, hospitals hit. The U.S. launched its deadliest airstrike in recent memory. This didn't happen tomorrow, it happened now. Let me take you inside the most dangerous week in a generation. By June 18, Israel intensified airstrikes on Iran, including a raid on the Sandrian site in Tehran province to disrupt pre-2003 nuclear infrastructure. The attacks hit centrifuge and missile production facilities across Shiraz, Karaj, and the Kojir missile plant near Tehran on June 17th. On June 19th, Defense Minister Katz escalated rhetoric by claiming preventing existence was now among their objectives, signaling a shift toward existential aims. June 19th saw Iran launch between 6 to 10 ballistic missiles aimed at northern Israel, intercepted by Iron Dome. A larger volley followed the next day, around 30 missiles, the highest since June 16th. Iran also deployed its solid-fuel Sejal missile and the Khorramshahr-4 with cluster munitions. One submunition struck a home in Azor, underlining the escalation. Tragically, missile strikes hit Soroka Medical Center on June 19th, injuring approximately 50 people and triggering an evacuation due to a chemical leak. This was later condemned as a war crime. Diplomatic efforts sped in, with British Foreign Secretary Lammy warning of a short, 2-week window for de-escalation. On June 21st in Geneva, Iranian Foreign Minister Araghchi met European diplomats, the first direct talks during the crisis. Meanwhile, IAEA head Grossi expressed concern about the proximity of attacks to Bushehr reactor. Gulf Arab ministers cautioned that closing the Strait of Hormuz could spark a global oil crisis. June 22nd, 2 a.m. IRST. The U.S. executed Operation Midnight Hammer, 125 aircraft involved, including 7 B-2 bombers from Missouri and a submarine firing approximately 30 Tomahawks at Natanz and Isfahan. 14 30,000-pound GBU-57 MOP bunker busters were dropped, 12 on Fordow and 2 on Natanz, the B-2's first combat deployment of the weapon. U.S. officials described it as the largest B-2 mission since 2001, using decoy flights and in-flight refueling to maintain surprise. The U.S. called the strikes extremely severe, even obliterating Iran's nuclear ambitions. But Chiefs Chair Kane cautioned assessments were ongoing. Satellite images show cratered bunker entrances at Fordow, tunnel blockage, and damage to Natanz and Isfahan. Iran claimed no irreversible damage and evacuated enriched uranium prior to the strike. Iran responded swiftly. Missile barrages followed, with 10 impacts in Israel injuring 16 to 27 people. The IRGC warned U.S. bases were now at a free hand. Iran's parliament voted conditionally to close the Strait of Hormuz and consider quitting the NPT. Israel hit back, striking Yazd missile bases and long-range fuel production facilities near Sharud. On June 23rd, Fordow was hit again, plus Tehran government and Evin prison. The UN Security Council met, with Secretary General Guterres warning of a deadly downward spiral. Russia and China condemned the U.S. action as breaching international law. The UK, Germany, and Australia backed the operation. Gulf states scrambled. Bahrain ordered 70% government staff to work remotely. Gulf leaders warned of regional destabilization. The UN reports Gazan child malnutrition cases nearly doubled from April to May, with fuel blocked for 16 weeks. U.S. issued worldwide caution for citizens abroad amid fears of spillover. U.S.-Israel claim Iran's nuclear setbacks amount to years, though Iran may reconstitute or relocate. Iran's potential exit from NPT, threats to Hormuz, and militant proxy activation weigh heavily, risking global oil supply and further conflict. With fractured global consensus and Gulf insecurity, the risk of miscalculation or wider regional war is dangerously high. 5 days, one tipping point, and the world is still holding its breath. Could Iran re-emerge from the rubble? Will U.S. ships face missiles in Gulf waters? Or will diplomacy somehow defuse the next flashpoint? Tell us your prediction with Next Middle East Move below. Subscribe to track every turn and ring the bell. This crisis has only begun.